Hello friends, today we are going to do my toes and I'm going to try to do it with Twosies. This is Home Sleet Home. It's a somewhat sheer rainbow glitter. This is actually going to take a lot of courage for me to video my toes and show them to everybody because in the past, I don't know, 15 years, I've basically never had my toes naked for very long. So I am not here to be perfect. I'm here to be helpful. This is what I'm working with. So we'll see how many Twosies I use to clean it, to kind of smooth it on, and then to file it. And this is just to cut these open, really. So I'm gonna start with the Twosies. So I'm gonna look at the biggest one and my biggest toe, because that's what I'm concerned with covering. All these little ones I could totally cover with that. So I'm going to line up this biggest one. I'm gonna line it up with my cuticle and then see if there's any toenail overhanging. So if there is, if it's just a little bit, I could totally just clip it off, just make my toenails a little shorter, but there's not, so it's gonna fit. Take these apart. First and foremost, I gotta clean these babies. Make sure that there's no oils from lotions or anything on it. Let it dry a little bit. Peel the clear off. And then I'm going to peel it off. Now you could use the anchor method, which is putting it right back on it so that you can hold it and position it. Probably just a little bit. One, so you don't touch it very much, and two, so you have better control over it. Just be sure that you put it on the smooth part, not the non-glossed part, or else you are not getting that thing off. Here we go. I'm gonna put it right smack dab in the widest part, right beneath the cuticle. I'm gonna press it in there. Now here's the important part. Here's why a rubber cuticle pusher is so helpful. So I'm gonna kind of pinch the bottom of my toe to pull my skin back a bit. And I'm just gonna go in here and push it in there. See, I accidentally perforated on this side already, so be careful with your pushing. Just easy does it. And fold that over the top. And then you can use this to intentionally perforate it. Just kind of drag it side to side a bit, but gently, and then pull it off. And then we're gonna file this tip very carefully and slowly, because I'm not trying to tear it, and I'm not trying to like take a bunch of length off of my toes. And there you have it. Big toe is done. Okay, so I just did that big toe. Let's do another one. Again, we're gonna use the bigger one. We're going to switch over. Make sure that it lines up fine. So set that next to your cuticle. There's no toenail overhanging. So we are good to go. And I have already cleaned it. I'm gonna use the anchor method to hold it. Then just place right at your cuticle, press it down, pinch your toe so that these go down. And you can access it a little better. Use your rubber cuticle pusher. At first, be careful, just be gentle so you can get it in there. Press it to the tip. And gently pull off. Now really these bits I can use on my other toes. So I'm gonna turn it around. Line it up beneath my cuticle. Just press it on there. And then use this thing again to get it in there. So I'm going to perforate with the file. Now I'm going to use the smaller one to show you how I do the other little toes. So I like to do these ones sideways still because that curve sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. So I'm actually going to do this one straight because I think it'll work. Just press it on there. Use your rubber cuticle pusher. Smooth it down. And then I just pull off from there pretty much. Sometimes I will just cut that straight so that I could use it for the next toe. Because my toes aren't super curved, like that's a pretty flat edge. So then I'm just gonna press this here. Same thing for my pinky toe. And that is enough to do my other pinky too. And then the next one. Okay, so now it looks all weird. Now I'm just gonna go through and perforate and just pull it all off. Now, if you have acrylic nails like me, where it's kind of thick and it's hard to really perforate with your nails, that's where the orange stick comes in handy because it's a nice sharp edge. Now it's handy because I can press all I want with this to smooth it down, but sometimes to perforate it, you need this, the sharper edge. And then I also use it to kind of peel it away. Sometimes it's useful to use the file instead to perforate to get that nice smooth edge. Next foot. Okay, now if you want to smooth it out, you can just take your file in and very, very carefully smooth everything out. Excellent. Woohoo! See, that's it. Now, you guys just watched me paint my toenails, right? If this makes you cringe, you need Color Street. Woohoo! Just a side note though, if you want to use leftovers from a set, you totally can. This is the biggest thumb option. You can just use that for your big toe straight like that, if it fits on your big toe. So you don't have to only use Twosies. You could use pretty much anything you want. Or you could do the diagonal, like I have on my nails, to do 2 if you only have small strips. So it turns out that I only used 2 packs of Twosies, which is exactly what you can win if you win the game that I do every Wednesday in my VIP group. I actually forgot to mention that we do have pedicure strips if you'd like to use pedicure strips. But my point is that you can pretty much use any strips. And that concludes today's lesson on toes.